All right, cool. We are good to go. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Div A East. Sorry there was no pregame lobby wait time, anything like that. I legit thought it started at 7:30, so I was not prepared. So, totally not late at all. Maybe kind of, sort of, a little bit late. Um, but that's okay. So, today we are going to be watching. Oh shoot, I didn't update the icons. So, truly just the greatest. Give me just a sec. That will only take a second. Ba, ba, ba. There is Boogans and dead game players. There we go. Cool. And we're hopping right into the draft. So today we have Boogans Forever versus Dead Game Players. This is a Div A East match between. I'm gonna be real honest. Boogans Forever I was formerly on their team, on their roster. I am not this season, so I am totally not at all biased in any way, shape, or form. So with that, yeah, here we go. So I promised I would cast one of their games, and I'm super excited to be here and to be able to cast them. So I'm looking forward to it. This should be a really good match. So starting out, on the right side, dead game players, they are going to ban out a Deathwing, and Boogans Forever is going to respond with a Cassia ban. No icon updates. I already updated it. We're good to go. Clock. So you hush, hush, hush you. Um, so yeah, the Deathwing ban is kind of interesting. I feel like it might be a bit targeted. I know that Boogans Forever does run a Deathwing fairly often, and Infernal Shrines is a pretty strong map, I think, for Deathwing in general. And then a Johanna ban as well, so just a strong tank ban. Nothing too surprising there. And the Cassia ban is honestly just kind of like a strong backline assassin, so always a good first ban. And we're going to kind of see a lot of that, I think. The Deathwing, I feel like that might have been targeted. I don't see a lot of Deathwing bans early on. So I think they were just trying to get it out of the way, saying, hey, that's not something we want to deal with tonight. And we'll see as these matches go on whether or not they adjust their bans to pick more targeted bans or just stick to the general general bans. Uh, Goodbye Forever is going to respond with a May ban. I feel like again that's kind of standard, right? Like not standard per se, but May is a strong front line, has a lot of disruption potential, and is just all around kind of a good hero right now. So not too surprising. A Mouth as a first pick. I personally love that. Broccoli Man used to be my main, and I played a lot of Malfurion. So I actually really like to see that pick. They're probably going to be looking for some sort of tank that is going to benefit from the roots, or they're going to use some sort of assassin who really benefits from Malfurion's healing, is my guess. Boogans is going to respond with a Sonya and a Stukov. So Sonya, very strong offlaner. You really can't go wrong with the Sonya. It's interesting because I feel like Sonya gets picked a lot. Like, she's never quite ban worthy, right? Like, I feel like most of the time you don't typically ban Sonya, but she's oftentimes fought over as far as like who actually picks her up. And then a Stukov is just a very annoying and disruptive healer to deal with. Dead game players gonna respond with a Varian Sylvanas. So that Varian, if it's a taunt Varian, which I suspect it is going to give them that combo blow up potential. Because Varian can just charge in, taunt somebody, Mouth drops a roots on top of that person who's not moving, guaranteed stun, guaranteed roots, potentially gives them that really strong pick composition. So it's going to be interesting to see them play that. I'm wondering what else they're going to pick up. The Sylvanas can do good damage on top of that. It also gives them good push potential. So I like the Sylvanas pick. I would like to see something else that combos well with that blow up. And they still have yet to pick their offlaner. So, and that's kind of what looks like Boogan is kind of preparing for that. They banned out the Arthas, which is kind of I think they're banning out the Arthas for the off lane. I think if they picked up an Arthas, it would be in the off lane. I could be wrong. Arthas typically isn't seen as a front line, and I do suspect that Variant is going to be their main tank. So banning out the Arthas so that they don't have to deal with that in the off lane, giving them a lot of push potential or just in general nuisance annoyingness with the frozen traps and the zombie ults. How's it going, June the Well? How you doing? I will say your full name because I ain't scared. Boogas Forever is going to pick up the Garrosh Tychus, so that gives them that combo, right? Like Garrosh, like so. Dead game players picks up the Mouth and the Varian for that go in, stun, healer, follow up route. Garrosh kind of just does most of that by himself. I am curious to see what they're going to pick out in addition to that for non-champ to play. I would like to see another stun or some other follow up with the Garrosh throw. Medivh, interesting. That's not what I was expecting, but I'm excited to see it. Also, the offlane and damage dealer is going to be a Jaina and a Urel. I like the Jaina a lot. With the Varian Mouth Root combo coming out, the Jaina is really going to just be able to dump damage quickly and kill that target very, very fast. And then the Urel for the offlane is a very strong offlaner. I actually don't know who wins between Sonya and Urel, to be perfectly honest. So I'm going to be interested how that goes, but I suspect they'll probably just trade and nobody will actually like win the lane per se. And it'll all be about rotations and team fights. So we're hopping into game number 1 of Boogans Forever versus Dead Game Players. Whoop, there we go. Whew, man, didn't have any time to prep today. Great versus Variant blow up. Oh, that's a good point. That's right. I wasn't even thinking about that, to be honest. That's a very good point. So the Medivh, so what Jew in the Well just mentioned is that Medivh provides a lot of counter to the Varian blow up comp, and he makes a very good point. The Varian goes in, stuns, Medivh just throws out that damage protect, and that Jaina damage is completely negated. I think what I was thinking and what I'm afraid of. I mean, Garrosh can kind of do it by himself, right? Like he runs up, throws a person, stuns him. He can kind of do that engage pick all by his lonesome. I'm just worried because they don't have a lot of follow-up other than a Stukov combo, which if Thundercats is on point tonight, he can follow that up, and that can be a very powerful combo to blow up a target. But it's not as like easy and reliable as like a Mouth Root, for example, or an Anduin Root, or KT Kel'Thas stun combo, something like that. So that's why I was thinking that they were going to pick up something like a KT for the damage dealer. But they did go for that denial instead with the Medivh to be able to protect whatever target that they're going to go on, which I think is going to be really impactful. So pull out the Variant combo. Okay. I'm not too surprised about that. I do know that Medivh is a pocket pick for Boogans, and they do play a pretty mean Medivh. Bit of a long load time. I mean, that's okay by me. It gives me some time to catch up. But I hope we didn't freeze. But oh, there we go. Okay, we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the teams over here on the left. We have Boogans Forever, Tom Peace playing the Sonya, Thundercats on the Stukov, Bummernaut on the Garrosh, Tychus played by Campbells, and Medivh played by Non-Champ. And then over here on the right, we have Hysteria on the Sylvanas. I can't see that because there's too much chat. We've got Naive Bays as the Jaina. We've got Bryonic on the Varian, and TLDP on the Mouth and XYZ territory, playing the offlane Urel. Alright. There's the Garrosh throw, there's the Garrosh stun, there's the Stukov combo, lots of damage onto the Varian, and he is going to go down! What a spicy start to this match. I look over, I was expecting kind of your standard, we're going to just play or dance around in the middle, throw some damage out, but nothing really going to happen. But Bummernaut on the Garrosh in the bush saying, nah, we're starting this out right. So that was an example of how the Garrosh with the Stukov can work out. It doesn't have to be an easy combo like with KT. If the Stukov and the Garrosh are communicating and ready, they can absolutely turn that into a kill. Thundercat's kind of rotating aggressively and taking some damage. There's the Varian charge with the slow. But Garrosh coming in and throwing the Sylvanas. The Sylvanas is getting really low and does go down. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think Boogans have the right idea. They need to be very aggressive right now. And then the portal to kill the Malf as well. But they need to be aggressive right now because before level 6, or before level 4, Dead Game Players is at a severe disadvantage. Their Varian is just not going to be able to do anything. And my goodness. What a... Oh my gosh. What momentum. This Bummer's Garrosh is on fire right now. He's absolutely bullying the other team. No, that's not it. Alright, we can zoom out. Oh, another throw onto the Varian. He is getting low. There's the silence and the slow from the... I take it back. Stukov Garrosh, as it turns out, very strong, and apparently all you need. What fantastic coordination between Bummernot and Thundercats. That is very impressive. As far as talents, it looks like the Garrosh is going Warbreaker, so, and Indomitable. So it's a more of a standard Garrosh build by the look of it. So it doesn't look like a brawler Garrosh. But my goodness, what momentum. It's already 5 kills. We're 2 minutes into the game, and we already have five kills. That is a very impressive start. Let's see if they can maintain that momentum. Now that Dead Game Players has level 4, that's their big power spike. This Varian just got his ultimate. Well, not his ultimate, but it got him his taunt, which is really what they needed. They were not a real team until they hit level 4. So now it should be interesting. And you can kind of see that. It looks like Boogan has kind of calmed down on the aggression. And yeah, Dead Game Players grouping up as 4. They're saying, man, we cannot continue to lose players like we have been. All right, starting on the first objective in bottom lane, Bummernot starts it up. It looks like Dead Game Players is willing to just clear this bottom lane. And now they're going in to try and do something. Garrosh dropping low at about 50%. But that armor is going to keep him up along with Thundercat's healing. It looks like they are looking to find some sort of engage. Yrel coming down now, though. I think that this fight actually favors Dead Game Players right now. The Garrosh is at 50 health. He'll heal up with that Stukov healing. But they need to find something, some sort of pick. And Garrosh is going in, but Dead Game Players just backs up. Oh, Garrosh moving in now, but the Varian is not who you want to throw. The taunt, the protect in order to keep Garrosh alive, but he's dropping so low. He takes the portal and gets out. Sonya now just doing damage on the objective. It looks like they're just going to race the objective. Big slow onto the other team. The Varian does go down. What a fantastic silence by the Stukov. The jump in with the Yrel and the disruption. Lots of healing coming out from the Stukov and the protect on the Sonya, and they are able to get that first objective. What an exciting race. All right, so first objective does go to Boogans Forever. Very, very well played, very calm execution. The Garrosh getting the throw onto the Jaina, the throwback and the stun. She's low. There's the grenade by the Tychus for the blow up. Fantastic job by Campbell's throwing that grenade where it needed to go. A teleport, an aggressive teleport. I don't think they're going to do anything off of that, but wow. That's a lot of value. 7 kills to 0 so far. A full level lead advantage for Boogans Forever. First objective going their way. Just Sonya double soaking with the Yrel as well. And they're going to just come here and take this camp. But with that Medivh, they're going to see this. I'm curious to see if they're going to try and contest this. That aggressive portal. Garrosh going in. Oh, he doesn't quite get there in time, but they're going to go for a pick. The Varian gets pulled out. The protect on the Garrosh makes him very hard to kill. They do kill the Varian, but Bummer is getting super low. The Garrosh is at 300 health, but with 45 armor, he's going to walk away just fine. They do not get the camp, but they do get the pick. Aggressive play, just a second too slow. Now 8 kills to 0. That is absolutely impressive. I was expecting the kills and a level 10 advantage going to Boogans. We got the Odin coming out. We do have the taunt the leap from the Sonya. Medivh is at half, just about. So the Medivh still has some stacks to go, so he's going to continue to play careful. But I'm actually surprised there hasn't been any kills. Garrosh going in, unstoppable. Big taunt! Jaina being polymorphed. The Sylvanas dropping, the Jaina dropping. These squishies just cannot survive. Without the Urel, they don't have a lot of peel. Tyke is popping his Odin. Varian getting very low, and yeah, he is going down. Odin now just going to push. That is definitely going to be this bot fort going down. With that Odin, that's going to be a strong push. And they're still a full level behind. This is a strong momentum in the favor of Boogans. That fort does go down indeed. And let's see where they go from that. If they keep the pressure, they still have this advantage in level. And the Medivh, really, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see Boogans dive behind this wall to try and get a pick. With the Medivh and with this advantage, they can do these aggressive plays. Stukov with the slow and the silence. Varian getting into about half health. Thrown back and stunned and taunted and polymorphed. Oh no, the Sonya gets super low and the silence from the Sylvanas comes out and just blows up the Sonya. So the Sonya did not even use her leap. And so that is going to be a dead Sonya. So that was an even 1-for-1 trade. And now with dead game players having the level 10, they're on an even playing field. Which talents did they pick? For ults, they have Ardent Defender, Water Elemental, Shield Wall, Twilight Dream, and Wailing Arrow. So Twilight Dream along with the Wailing Arrow gives them a lot of silence potential. Odin being popped for this next objective. A teleport, an aggressive teleport, going for the mouth, not able to grab him. A taunt onto the mouth and the Varian. The leap onto the Varian, and he goes down. The mouth is about half health. This Urel in the backline trying to be as disruptive as possible. Bummer getting very low, but with the protect and the Stukov heal, he's going to be just fine. There's the absorb from the Urel, but everybody just stops attacking her immediately. A nice stun by... Oh my goodness, that Garrosh stun. Very well done. The throw and just immediate blow up as soon as her ult is down. That Water Elemental doing some good damage. Lots of damage coming out, but I think... Oh, the aggressive teleport! The Roots is going to stop some of that movement. Oh no, they was not able to grab that Sylvanas. And the Sylvanas was able to do some good damage onto the Garrosh. And there's a... Oh, that was an interesting throw. That was not, I think, what he was trying to go for. But the objective is going to go to Boogans forever. The Twilight Dream brings everybody super low. But they're not actually dying. The Varian also going to go down. Boogans are so low, but they just can't actually die. The Urel jumping in now. Oh my goodness, the leap. Oh my goodness. What a dominant team fight for Boogans forever. And now with this Mortar Punisher, they're going to do a ton of siege damage. That fort is going down very quickly. And that Punisher is going to be pretty healthy for this next wall as well. So it looks like they're going to threaten keep as well. Yep, jump onto the... wow, that mouth died. Just a horrible death. How did he die? The Stukov got the kill. I guess he threw it over the wall. That was just so much damage. That poor mouth didn't stand a chance. Garrosh going in, unstoppable, throw, stun. Wow, Sylvanas dead. The Water Elemental coming out. Bavarian getting polymorphed, getting silenced. Oh no. The Odin just chunking the Vala. Not able to do anything. Or not the Vala, I'm sorry, the Jaina. Just getting chunked by Odin auto attacks and damage. I'm assuming that Medivh has finished his stacks. He is not. He is very close though. The throw, the stun, the absorption coming out from the Urel. Maybe a touch early, but it does force them to back out, and then they just teleport and get out. Oh. Yeah, this is 21 kills to 1 right now. With almost a full talent tier advantage. I mean, dead game players are going to get their 13 talents now, but Boogans are about to get their 16 talents, which is a huge power spike for them. This is quite a rough game, and with this Medivh just constantly scouting, They were able to take that camp quickly enough. The Medivh was not able to create the portal. The team wasn't able to get there in time to actually threaten that camp. But just the Medivh in there constantly scouting out where they're at and enabling Boogans to just be hyper aggressive with these teleports, Garrosh, throws, and stuns is honestly really impressive. This has looked quite polished. So I thought that the Medivh was honestly just as a counter, which I think it was for their blow up. But they're playing with it so smoothly. Like this was a comp that they had prepared and just ready to go. This is a scary boosh. Scary boosh with the Yrel coming in. Looks like they're going for the Varian to throw the stun. He is silenced. The Protect did come out, so it prevented a lot of that damage. Another Protect. They want to kill this Varian, and he's getting low, and he does go down, but the silence comes out. The Medivh did finish his quest. Tompi's getting very low on that Sonya, but is able to sneak out with that teleport. My gosh. So that is another pick for Boogans. And unfortunately, Dead Game player's not able to do anything to respond. An aggressive teleport onto the Jaina. And with those protects and the Stukov, oh my gosh, and a throwback on the Sylvanas. It's just so aggressive. They're just playing so aggressively. They took the advantage early, and they've just been in control this entire game. Just not giving Dead Game players a chance or a break in the action. Very, very polished communication and play thus far. And with the Sylvanas and the Jaina still dead, there's just not a whole lot they can do. They can rotate so fast, and they're already starting on this camp with the Sonya. That's another objective. This is going to go into the bottom lane, which is threatening a keep. And with this aggressive Boosh camp, I suspect that Dead Game players is just going to let this happen since they're whole talent tier down. Oh, the Stukov root stun combo. Oh no! That Yrel could not use any of her abilities and just got destroyed. Oh my god. Thundercat Stukov is just on fire right now. The aggressive teleport, Garrosh throws, stun. Taunt coming out? Oh, it did go out. Yep, that Jaina is going to go down. And Sonya is now in the back line. Taunt, but I think that Varian is going to go down. And two more team members super low. Still don't have 16. Here's an Odin with a Punisher pushing down the bot lane. Yikes. If they might be able to end on this. It might be a little bit early. They don't have to, but the aggressive, unstoppable, engage onto the mouth. Taunt, he gets low. The Garrosh is taking a lot of damage, but there's the damage onto the mouth, and he does go down. The Yrel pops their ult, but everybody stops damage and then just immediately turns on her, and the Yrel dies as well. With those two dead, they are going to be dead for 30 seconds. This Punisher is still healthy. It still might be a touch early, but the Stukov rude silence on two. Oh my gosh, that Varian is dead. A leap onto the Jaina. Jaina is dead. That is definitely game. Wow. What a game number one. What a bloodbath. 31 kills to 1. Whew. What a bloodbath. What an aggressively strong first game for Boogans. That was impressive. Alright, sorry about that. Let me pull up the game summary. Here you go. Wow. Lots of damage from Tychus. Tychus dumping a ton of damage. Let's check what his talents were. So he did go that grenade build with the spray and pray. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Now can you go upstairs, please? Wow, that was very impressive to see. I hope I would like to see Dead Games play. Oops, my bad. We're gonna switch to this. I would like to see dead game players to hopefully reassess their draft. Maybe I don't know that they maybe like a Stukov ban or something like that. That Garrosh Stukov was just so much to deal with. That was so well polished. So maybe like a Stukov ban. I don't think dead game players are out. That was a very strong first game for Boogans, but I think it honestly had a lot to do with momentum. I feel like most of that, like they played very well, obviously, but I think a lot of that success came from just sheer momentum. Once they got the ball rolling, they were just so hard to deal with, and dead game players just didn't have a chance to kind of step back, take a breather, and like regroup and reset for objectives. So they were just playing from behind the entire time. So I will be right back. I am going to go up and get a drink, and I will be right back, and then we'll get into game number 2 of Div A East, Boogans Forever versus Dead Game Players. So wait one. Okay. Ugh. Sorry about that. I was a bit distracted that game. Looks like there's the invite for game number 2. Ooh, my daughter kept coming in and trying to get my attention. So, but we have a monster. We worked today, so I'm a bit tired. I also thought that the game started at 7:30, so I was definitely like about to take a shower and like all the shit in preparation. So I was not mentally prepared for this 7 o'clock game. So that was my bad. But what a first match, dude. That was intense. Just absolutely crushed it. Oh, man. All right, it looks like everybody is in. So I hope, I would really like to see dead game players regroup and bring in an exciting second game. I think they absolutely are capable of that. Um, it's just we'll see if they are affected by that first game, because that was such a dominant first game. So if they let it get to their heads, it might affect game number 2. Um, but if they can stay calm, regroup, redraft, draft a little better, maybe ban a couple key targets, I definitely see them able to come back. Now here I am all greasy. Shut up, Clock. You're just the worst. Alright, so Tomb of the Spider Queens as our second map. Oh, let me update the thing. So you guys... Bop. There we go. Boogan's won the first map. The second map is Tomb of the Spooter Queen. Looking fly. Looking greasy. Greasy! Alright. So I'm curious to see. I suspect that there's going to be some... Oh, let me get into the draft. Why didn't anybody say anything? Come on, guys. I'm just kidding. Alright. Into this draft. Tomb of the Spider Queen. I suspect some targeted bans. I'm going to... Okay, so the Johanna tank ban, that's still a good, solid tank ban. There's nothing too surprising. Cassia ban as well. Same thing as last time. I'm curious to see if they're going to switch it up, though. Maybe a Stukov ban. I think a Stukov ban would probably be a very strong ban against Boogans in particular. because they got an insane amount of value from Stukov. Medivh ban. That was kind of my second guess as to what they were going to ban. It was a fantastic Medivh play. So that makes me wonder if dead game players are going to go for another blow-up comp. Like, maybe not the variant. They might just pick the variant again. But if they go for something different that's a specific, like, blow-up comp, at least now they don't have to contest with that Medivh to be able to shut down that blow-up. So, since they prioritize that so highly in that first draft, I suspect that they're going to draft something similar. But we'll see. And then, yeah, that Medivh ban in that case is a good ban because it prevents that counter pick. But I kind of think that they could have. There's another mouth. I wonder if they're just going to go for the same thing. It might. The first pick mouth. That's interesting. I don't know why they're prioritizing the mouth in particular. Like, mouth can be a good healer, but he's not super highly contested right now. So I suspect they probably could have just waited till later in the draft in order to get the, you know, they can still get him. So there's the Tychus for the damage. And Camels did a ton of damage on him last game, so not too surprising. Tychus very strong. And again, Tom piece on that Sonya. I mean, why change something that what ain't broke? You know what I'm saying? If it's all gonna come down to this. That Boogans won't have the Medivh, so they could still go for the Varian, like the nope, Diablo Zul'jin. Okay, so they are changing it up. I'm glad to see that. And the mouth can still combo very well against the Diablo, or with the Diablo, as long as they're coordinated. A good stun into a flip into a root is a very strong engage. So I'm glad to see that. And then the Zul'jin is actually I've been seeing a lot more Zul'jin played lately. I don't think he necessarily got a buff, but I think he just provides a lot of solid damage that scales very well into the late game. That another Arthas ban. I wonder I wonder why they're prioritizing the Arthas ban. That might be a targeted ban. They might have scouted and like realized that this team, dead game players, likes to play Arthas in the off lane. But I'm wondering why they banned that a second game in a row. So I'm not sure. That would be funny though, Jew in the Well, if they go for a variant blow up themselves. Variant ban. Well, we won't see it because there's the ban. Interesting. I kind of like that though. They said, well, we're not going to go for variant ourselves, but also you can't have them. So, yeah, that's Zul'jin. It could do really well, but it also kind of depends on what Boogan's drafts here. Variant Stukov would be hot, but we won't see it because Variant got banned. So Garrosh and a Brightwing. Okay, now I am really curious what their last pick is going to be, because the Garrosh throw stun is strong, but you need some kind of follow-up. In the last game, I was worried that they didn't have the follow-up, and then Thundercats just styled on me and was just silencing and rooting everyone. Everyone was getting silenced and rooted. So props to Thundercats, because he made that combo really, really, really strong. But now with the Brightwing, that just does not have the same potential. So I'm curious what their fifth pick is going to pick, or what it's going to be. The dead game players is going to pick up Li Ming and Imperious. So an Imperious offlaner with Li Ming mage range spell damage and the Zul'jin for auto attack damage. So I think that's a pretty strong comp with the mouth healing. And mouth can give mana to the Li Ming and the Imperious, which is with that invigorate, or not invigorate, it's I forget what it's called. Tassadar. Okay. That would work. If Tassadar throws down a wall after Garrosh throws in stuns, that's a combo, and then he can just drop his lightning afterwards. And lots of ranged spell damage with Tassadar. Tassadar provides a lot of potential damage if things line up correctly. A little scary just purely because the Tassadar stands still a lot, which does open up the possibility for a root from mouth or an Imperious stun or just Li Ming damage. But with that spell shield from the Brightwing and then the potential of spell damage reduction at 13, the Tassadar should be alright against this team as long as the Zul'jin doesn't get up in his face and just start auto-attacking. If the Zul'jin gets close enough to just auto-attack the Tastar, he will be in a tough spot. But it's hard to do that when you have a Garrosh and a Tychus and a Brightwing with Polymorph kind of in the way between that Tastar and the Zul'jin. Which means for the most part, I think Tastar is going to end up dumping a ton of damage. And Dead Game Players is going to have a hard time to get in there to do something about it. I don't know who this favors. If I had to pick a team right now based purely on team comm, I think I would choose Boogan. They've got good wave clear. They've got tons of damage with the Tychus, good engage with the Garrosh, healing, and a strong off lane. But I would not be too surprised if Dead Game Players brings this game home with a victory, because they also have strong heroes, strong comm. So here we go, game number 2, Boogans Forever versus Dead Game Players. I'm not going to reintroduce the team. You guys already know. Here's the Boogans. Here's Dead Game Players. There you go. Here we go. All right, let's see if we can get another aggressive early. I bet you anything Dead Game Players is going to play very, very cautious here. Yep, there it is. Yeah, they said, we remember what happened last game. We're not going to make that same mistake twice, although... My gosh, I might be wrong. The Diablo does go down. The Garrosh says, you can play all cautious all you want. I'm still going to grab you and throw you. And then, like I said, that Tassadar wall there for the block. And then with that Tychus blow up, a throw onto the Zul'jin. He is getting so low and he goes down. Bummer, stop. Bummer, stop it. What a bully. This Garrosh has just been on fire so far tonight. So... yeah, I mean, if you don't ban it, don't pick it. Just keep on keeping on, you know what I'm saying? So Sonya down here in bottom lane. And we got the standard 4-man rotation for Boogan of mid and top. And it looks kind of like Dead Game Players trying to get something somewhere, maybe threaten the Sonya. But they're more split between the two different lanes. And Boogans are hunting. They're looking for it. They're looking for the rotation. Bummer wants to throw somebody. He wants to throw something. And not going to find it. Dead Game Players playing very far back. Which is what they probably should do, honestly, against this Garrosh, who can just absolutely disrupt them. There's the throw and the stun onto the Diablo, the polymorph, the damage with the Tychus and the wall. Oh, gosh. Well, that combo, it looks like it's working out pretty well for them. So, there you go. Garrosh with a Tassadar. And that's what I was hoping to see was just something to follow up after the Garrosh throw. And with that Tychus damage, they just can dump so much damage so fast against whoever Bummer grabs. So they did pick a blow-up comp, and it's working out very, very well for them. Oops. That was not the button, everybody. There we go. Now let's zoom out. Oh, and the throw and the stun. This Imperius is... yeah, that is a dead Imperius. It just seems like any time that Dead Game Players moves up into the lane, if Garrosh is anywhere nearby, they just die. Also, well, just as a heads up, I apologize. I can't remember the quick command. So if you can hit me with a quick command to pull up the talents at the bottom, I would be greatly appreciative of that. We got Slam from Sonya. Another throw range on the Garrosh. There's the throw. There's the stun. There's the wall. There's the damage. Ted Zul'jin. What great synergy and ability combination. Electrical fence, static charge, and same grenade build from the Tychus, the throw range. Meanwhile, for the other team, let me just check, make sure nothing crazy is happening. For the other team, we've got Headhunter, Burn the Impure, yeah, Power Hunger, pretty standard stuff so far. Engage on the Diablo, throw and stun and damage with the polymorph, he goes down. And in response, they just don't have anything to say about it. They can't kill this Bummer. They can't kill this Garrosh. He's just too tanky. And with the Brightwing, that's just so hard to kill. Unless they are rotating the Zul'jin. There's the throw on the Imperius. There's the polymorph. There's the Tassadar damage and the Tychus damage. Just disgusting. The first Web Weaver is going to Boogans. And they are Control 1. So that's what I thought it was. Oh, there it is. Okay. I apologize about that. Here's the talents. I don't know why. I think I was hitting F1, and that was why I was confused, as I was hitting Control F1 and it wasn't pulling it up. So thanks. I will be able to pull that up in the future now. There's one for... Here's the gems. So yeah, there's like no gems. No gems on the side of dead game players. So they are holding 14 right now. That's not a lot of gems. That's not where you want to be. Meanwhile, another engage onto this Diablo. So much damage so fast. Just every single time Bummer throws a target, they die. It's definitely not all F4. I know that much. But this is starting to look an awful lot like the last game. There's the unstoppable, there's the throw, there's the stun, the damage, the Tyke is melting. Yes. The mouth, I don't know about this mouth pick. The issue with mouth is that he can't burst heal. He doesn't have any sort of tools to stop this hard burst damage. And he doesn't have like a hard cleanse either. So I don't know that the mouth was necessarily the right pick against these strong blow-up comp situations. And I think the fact that they picked it twice so far has kind of shown the weakness of that. I think Mouth as a healer in general can really shine in certain circumstances. But against blow-up, it's just extremely hard until you get some of the tools that Mouth needs in order to keep a target alive. But I don't know. It's going to be hard. They're going to come down and take this camp. They are getting gems. They're sitting at 34. Not enough for a turn-in, but they are holding on to them at this point. And Boogan's just looking to push out the lanes, gather up those gems, and get another turn-in. Preferably before dead game players can get theirs. Here comes the 10s. We got Black Hole, Taunt, Odin, Blink Heal. Sonya has not picked yet. There's Wrath of the Berserker. So 10 advantage for Boogans. Let's see if they are going to be able to make something happen with this advantage. Dead game players is going to want to play farther back. Here comes the Garrosh engaged. Imperious taunt. Diablo taunted. Bummer dropping to about half health. But the Diablo is low. There's the electric fence. What a black hole! They're all so low. The Odin coming in order to do that damage. The Mouth and the Imperious are able to walk out, but the Diablo goes down. That black hole and electric fence. Yikes. Not what you want to be stuck behind. And Campbell's just going to be pushing away now on that Odin. Doing siege damage. And they do have a turn-in now. So I suspect that here real soon they're going to back out in order to get that. Let's see here. Yeah, the Zul'jin, unfortunately, not getting the stacks that he needs in order to start coming online. He also went Headhunter and has gotten 0 progress from it so far, so not looking good so far. Zul'jin really wants this to go into a late game, and they are not. It's not looking like a late game so far, although this Li Ming damage is oh no, Campbell's stuck in a very bad spot. The boss is gonna kill him. The Tychus is gonna go down. The taunt. Oh my goodness, what a black hole! The taunt. How did he not? Where did his health go? Oh my goodness! I thought that was it. Dead game players, I thought had a chance. They do kill the Sonya, but so much damage from that Tychus just blows up the entire team. How did Bummer heal so much? Was that a teleport? I must have missed it. I thought Garrosh was gonna die, and then he just walked up, taunted the entire team, and went from like hardly any health to like almost full health. And then the Tassadar just dumped an amazing black hole electric fence and just did so much damage. That was a very unfortunate spot with the Garrosh and the Tychus taking a ton of Li Ming damage. And then with the boss smacking him as well, I thought that was the mistake that was going to cost them. And Dead Game players almost able to capitalize on it, but with that taunt and that Tassadar damage, they were absolutely able to turn it around and turn that into a very strong win for Boogans. And that's another Webweaver with boss about to be capped here. Any second. They're going to wait and try to time it so to get the most value out of it. And with Dead Game players on the back foot like this, there's not a whole lot that they can do about that. This is going to be a scary push. The lanes are pushed up, so these Webweavers are going to land pretty close to all of these keeps, and with this boss and these Webweavers, that's going to be a very difficult push to deal with. And here it comes. Garrosh is going to be looking for some kind of pick. It looks like Zul'jin just wants to clear mid as much as possible, but he needs to rotate up for this fight. Sonya, Wrath of the Berserker coming out. And looking for the engage. Leap is off cooldown. Or so. It will not be available is what I mean to say. There's the taunt. The Diablo dropping low. The electric fence and the black hole. Diablo Imperious just getting absolutely melted between the Tassadar and the Tychus. There's the throw on the Zul'jin. He does have Tazdingo. I suspect. Oh! He didn't pop it! He didn't pop it! The burst damage from the Tassadar must have caught him off guard. Tompiece over here on the Sonya just being aggressive. And very hard to kill with that Wrath of the Berserker. There's another throw. Tychus trying to do the damage. Diablo trying to disrupt it, but with the electric fence, Tassadar damage, Tychus damage, it's just going to prove too much. This might be an early GG. Yep, there it is. 18 kills to 2. Yikes. What a dominant performance by Boogans Forever. I'm legitimately impressed. That was a very, very dominant show of force. So here you go. Here is the game summary. That was a quick 1-2. Yeah, I would agree with you, Julian. Well, I think Malf first pick was. I don't want to say it didn't. It's not what lost them the game, but it's definitely hard to play into that, right? Like if you pick Malf, you're essentially saying, hey, we don't have any burst heal or any capability to like stop a blow up comp, especially with like a Garrosh who can throw them so far away. Like I would have liked to have seen a later pick from the healer maybe, and then grab something like an Anduin or I don't know, just something that can get some of these heroes out of the kitchen, out of the frying pan, so to speak, when Garrosh comes in for the throw. Like if they hadn't picked Malf first and picked something else, and then saw the Garrosh picked up Anduin, that pull could have shut down so much of what they were doing. Right, with the Tassadar wall, the Tychus damage, the Garrosh throw. Garrosh throws, and they just get pulled out immediately. And that shuts down a lot of their potential blow-up. Whereas Malf kind of struggles in those types of situations. So, dominant 2-0 series for Boogan. Let's see here. I am 99.9% sure that they're going to want to talk to me. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Hide that. I'm 99.9% sure that they're going to want to talk to me. I don't know. Maybe like an interview or something. I don't know. That's what my guess is. So, let me message him real quick, and we'll get something going here. And whoops, there we go. All right, well, there we go. Let's message him. Hit them up. Who are we going to talk to? Who do I get to interview today? Gosh, that was so quick. That was so quick. I was expecting a little bit more time spent doing that. That was just... First game, just crushed it. Second game, crushed it. That momentum, man. Just, super hard. Super hard to fight into. Yeah, it just didn't look like Dead Game players had a response to the blow-up. I think they were trying to go for blow-up themselves in the first game, and the Medivh just shut that down. And then I think they still wanted to do it in the second game, and just could not deal with the Garrosh at all. So, You hate to see it. All right, Tom Peace. All right, let's hop into chat. Looks like we're going to be interviewing Tom Peace from Boogan's Forever here in just a minute. Assuming that my audio works, which I think it is.
Hey, hey.
Hey, Tom Peace. So, pretty dominant 2-game.
Yeah, for
How
sure. I mean,
how you guys feeling after that?
I'm not sure. It felt good to get the win, man, for sure. And um, yeah, it felt good to get the win.
Yeah. So, tell me about your guys' draft choices. I had one question in particular. Why were you guys banning the Arthas each game? Is one question number one.
Yeah.
And then number two, what um, were you guys going into those games thinking that you were going to go for those strong blow up comps with the Garrosh, or was it just more of a they weren't stopping you from doing it, so you just felt like why not? Like what was your mindset for those drafts? Because
Yeah.
the both games were very like with the Stukov Garrosh and the Garrosh Tassadar with the Tychus damage on both times. Was that just you just went for that both games, or what was your logic behind that?
Yeah. So I think, well, first of all, I think that they might be a little bit of a new team. So our draft, like our scouting, we really didn't know what they played very much of. So it's kind of hard when you're doing that, like deciding who you want to ban. So we just kind of banned like what we didn't want to see.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of our thoughts with the bans. Arthas was something we did see that they had ran, so that was I think that was why we went to it because,
Okay.
like we were saying, we just weren't really sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think one of the things that we were wanting to work on was just like reacting in our drafts and versus like getting tunnel vision on something that we really want to run.
Okay.
So like with the Garrosh and the Tassadar there, like that was definitely like more last second decisions, just kind of discussing what we were seeing and on their team and what we had. And so that's our biggest thing is like we're wanting to take some good first picks and just kind of read the draft as best we can. So
Yeah, well, I think you guys read it really well. The Medivh was a fantastic pick in that first game. I actually didn't see it right away. I was like, Medivh, that's interesting, because I was worried that the Garrosh Stukov wasn't going to be enough to allow you guys to do the blow up, and then you absolutely proved me wrong. Thundercats and Bombernaut were on fire in that first game, and every single person that threw. Did you guys practice that specifically, that combo of just the Garrosh Stukov, or are you guys just so comfortable on those two heroes that it just fell in place?
I think it's probably more the second. The Medivh, we learned that one the hard way in the grand finals in Div B last season. We were really confident in our Taunt Marion comp that was going to work, and we got Medivhed, and we learned that one the hard way. But
So then you
yeah, I mean,
stole it and adopted it as your own.
we've been looking to get him in there. So, but yeah, Campbell was doing really well with the Tychus. So Campbell, I mean, what's your thoughts on the Tychus there?
Honestly,
Yeah, he's. I mean,
oh hi,
the grenade with Stukov is money.
hold up, that I didn't realize somebody else hopped in there. Who is that? Oh, that is Campbell's. Okay, hi Campbell's. Welcome to
What up?
the interview. I didn't realize you hopped in. My bad. I didn't have the sound on, so I didn't realize. But yeah, this is Campbell's and of course Tom Peace from Boogan's Forever. But yeah, I thought the Tychus was pretty money. You dumped a lot of damage very quickly, and with that Garrosh combination where Garrosh could just throw him out.
Yeah, bummer, and I mean, honestly, it's the people around me that allowed me to do that. So it's the biggest thing.
Yeah, well, it looked very, very, very strong, and I think you were top damage on both games. I think, or maybe not in the second one because I don't remember the stats. It might have been.
I think Tass was pumping. I think.
Yeah, but in that first game, you were most of the damage, like just blowing up the whoever got thrown just didn't stand a chance with that Tychus damage. So, congratulations, guys. Honestly, like I don't know what to say. It just looked like you guys were in the driver's seat for both games, and just were not letting up. So
Yeah.
it was really impressive to see.
Thank you, man. I think one of the biggest things for that too, just real quick, was we're definitely frustrated with the 2 losses. We felt like the games we played were really good.
Yeah.
For the most part, we made mistakes, which is why we lost, and we lost some crucial late team fights in our first 2 matches. But we felt like we were right there with it, and we were really, really hungry for a win. So
Yeah.
I don't think we were planning on coming out of here without one.
I feel
Fair
like our communication was a lot. It's getting better and better, so we're
Good to hear.
all good.
I do have another question. This is for Bummer, who's not in here right now. Are we going to see more Bruiser Garrosh? Or because I did watch your guys' other game and I saw the Bruiser talent picks, and I personally really like Decimate. I think it's a great talent, but it's just so scary sometimes to bring it into a competitive match like that. And it didn't pay off for you guys in that match, and I saw that you guys went taunt both games this time. So are we going to see more Bruiser Garrosh, or did you guys decide to abandon that line of effort?
No, I think we'll see it. We'll see it again. Well, I don't want to give everything away,
Yeah,
right?
of
Obviously,
course, of
but
course.
we felt we discussed a little more about the taunt here, and we felt it was the pick in both scenarios. But
Okay.
yeah, that's definitely something that we're not gonna make him not do anymore. He's good with it, so
Okay.
we should definitely.
Cool. I'm excited to hear that. I was a little bit worried with those other games, but I'm glad to hear that we'll see it again because it's fun to watch. All
For
right, guys.
sure, man.
I think that answers all of my questions about that game. The floor is yours, so anything that you guys want to say, shout outs, now's the time.
Can't we take it away, man?
Shout out to our team. Shout out to everyone's girlfriends and wives for letting them play. Shout out to Coffee for casting.
Yeah, even though I was almost totally late.
Nah, you're good.
Okay.
And GG's to the other team.
So, all right. Tom, anything you want to add?
No, I think that was good, my friend. We appreciate the cast.
All right, thanks guys for that incredible 2-game victory. So well played, guys.
Thanks, man.
All right, catch you guys later.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Peace. Cool. All right, there you guys go. That was quick. 1 hour, 55 minutes, and we're already done. That was pretty fire, guys.